rice, which is basically the risotto here, okay? Now, we're gonna use a cup and a half of this, all right? A separate bowl here, we're gonna put the mushrooms in before we throw them into the pan. And then I have heating up here some chicken stock. We're gonna use that later on to ladle in the risotto in a little bit, okay? And then use a wooden spoon here, all right? You don't wanna use anything like a steel spoon because you can break the risotto and then you come up with a big mess, all right? So let's go ahead and start this. So we're gonna go ahead and start the big pot here, all right? We're gonna put the fire at medium here. You can do medium high too, but I prefer the medium honestly here, all right? We'll start here with the big Portobello. Now I would put them probably about a 1/4 of an inch thick. Mushroom fell on the floor here. Put that aside. Here's the second one. There we go. Now the white ones. I'm leaving the stems in here, or the roots, whatever they're called. Some people like to take them out. If that's one of you, then you can go ahead and take them out, but I don't mind them in there. All right, I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil here in this pan. All right. We'll probably put a little bit more in a little bit once you put the mushrooms in there if needed. All right, that's already pretty heated up there. We're gonna head and throw the mushrooms in the pot there, just like so. Get your spoon, mix them in there. Do just a little bit more of olive oil here. Okay. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of salt, both to season and to also remove the excess water from inside the mushrooms and get all that flavor out. All right, I'm gonna cook these until they're nice and soft and their size are going to reduce significantly, all right? So here we see that the mushrooms have gotten smaller, significantly smaller, and they've gotten softer and they've released the juice there, okay? Now, we're gonna put all of it, including the juice, separately on this bowl right here into later use. Do not get rid of that juice, okay? It's crucial for the risotto. All right. Yep. You can just feel it with the spoon here. It's ready. All right. Put that aside. We'll turn that off for now. Okay. Use the spoon to get the rest of that out. Okay, perfect. All right, on the same pot, okay? We're gonna use the same pot because the flavor is still in there. Put this aside for now. We're going to put the fire back on to the medium. Okay, olive oil, I'll do about 1 more tablespoon in here. And we're gonna add the shallots. All right. Start mixing them around there for a little bit. Now here we're gonna wait until you get a nice caramelized shallot. A little softer and a little bit of color. Once they're caramelized and they're a little more transparent, we're gonna go ahead and add the risotto. The risotto, like I said earlier, is gonna be 1.5 cups of risottos, and it technically serves 6 people, okay? But I mean, that's if you're eating like tiny portions. All right, now we can see that it's a little more translucent, a little more caramelized. We're gonna go ahead and throw the risotto in there. Now here's where we're gonna start constantly stirring this, okay? From here until we're done with the stock. We're gonna get a little bit of color in the risotto first. There's a little color. While it's toasting a little bit more in there, we'll go ahead and open up the dry vermouth. All right, we're gonna use half a cup of this dry vermouth in here. Now when you put this vermouth in here, you gotta understand that it's alcohol, so you might be able to get a big flame, so be very careful when you get in here. All right, nice color to it, nice brownish color. I like where it is now. Let's add the vermouth. Like I said, half a cup. There we go. Perfect. Now once you see that the rice has absorbed all of the vermouth, we're going to start ladling in half a cup by half a cup from the chicken stock onto here. So we'll get a ladle. Mix that in there. And the reason that it's crucial that you have to be constantly stirring this is because you want the rice to cook evenly and absorb everything evenly. You don't want to have very hard pieces of risotto in here, okay? To the side. Perfect. So like that, you see that there's almost pretty much no vermouth left. So we'll start adding the ladles in here. There we go. All right, so that's basically all the chicken stock that we put in here already. As you can see, it's gonna be a nice and thick consistency. Let's go ahead and give it a try. The texture we're looking for is gonna be al dente. You don't want it to give too much give. You don't want it to be too crispy either, okay? Or too underdone. Perfect. Turn that off. Now with the chicken stock, There's already salt in it. It's pretty much already all seasoned for me, okay? I don't need any more salt in here. I'm gonna give it a little bit of pepper. Perfect. Now, we're gonna go back to the mushrooms. Add these bad boys back with the juices and everything, like I mentioned earlier. That's looking good. Now it's gonna give a nice color, darker color there. Perfect. At the same time, we're gonna throw in our 4 tablespoons of butter. Like I said, I'm using Irish butter. Gives it a better taste, in my opinion. Start mixing these in there. It's also gonna create a very creamy texture with this butter. Okay, and then in goes the 1/3 cup of Parmesan. Usually you want to do freshly grated Parmesan, but this is the store-bought that I decided to get because I'm out of the actual blocks of Parmesan. So we'll throw that in there too. And we'll mix. All right. My hand and arm are so fatigued right now. It's a pain to do this, but it pays off in my opinion. All right, so now that the butter and everything is all incorporated in there and it's all melted, we'll give it one last taste. Perfect. Needs absolutely nothing else. So you can see it's thick consistency, the risotto, okay? The color is perfect from the mushrooms, and it's buttery and it's creamy. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So from here, you can add, I like adding scallops to it, but you can add scallops, you can add shrimp, and any grilled protein that's phenomenal in it. Chicken breasts too, especially chicken breasts. A nice Greek Mediterranean marinated chicken breast on the grill. It'll be great. I'm actually gonna make a tutorial on how to make a great Mediterranean chicken breast on the grill. So you can add it to this, or honestly, I like to eat it by itself. It's that good. All right. Thanks again for coming by and learning how to make risotto with me. Give this a shot. You're not gonna regret it. Guarantee it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Cheers.